Okay guys, in this video I'm going to be answering the question, what is healthier, cacao powder or cocoa powder? There is one major con when it comes to cacao powder. There's one main con when it comes to cacao powder, and that is its high levels of saturated fat. Saturated fat has been proven to raise cholesterol levels, and a raise in cholesterol correlates with an increased risk of heart disease. So obviously we want to limit our saturated fat intake, and by following a plant-based diet you are massively going to reduce your saturated fat intake. But with foods like cacao powder and vegetable oils, that is still a way that we can get in a lot of saturated fat. So what's the difference between cacao and cocoa powder? Well, basically cocoa powder is cacao powder with the saturated fat removed. So to answer the question, which goes against what you're going to see on the internet when you type in cacao versus cocoa, cocoa powder is actually the healthier option. It is one of the few times where a processed food that is less natural is actually healthier than the natural sort of original food that you're going to get. And that is literally because they take away some bad things. The processing takes away the saturated fat but takes away no goodness and gives in no badness. So basically it turns into a much healthier food. Cacao powder is definitely more natural than cocoa powder, as it is literally the cacao bean blended into powder and people use it like that. But what a lot of people make the mistake by doing is assume that because something is natural that it is always the better option. I'm sure if you ask someone who has been a little bit too close to some poison ivy, they will disagree with the fact that natural always means better. When you type into Google and YouTube what is actually the healthier option, a lot of the time you're going to see cacao powder is a superfood and cocoa powder is unhealthy and stuff like that. And that's mainly because people are trying to promote and sell cacao powder as a super health food, as it has become very popular in recent years. So contrary to what you're going to see on the internet, the cheaper option is actually the much healthier option.
The removal of fat from cacao beans to make cocoa powder improves the nutritional profile, since cocoa butter is one of the rare saturated plant fats, along with coconut and palm kernel oils, that may raise cholesterol. So, for the purposes of the traffic light model, I like to think of unprocessed as nothing bad added, nothing good taken away. So in the above example, I would consider chocolate processed, since they add sugar, but cocoa powder,
no. Option. There is undutched and dutched cocoa powder. I recommend the undutched version because it is actually healthier. It has all the antioxidants and things like that. But the Dutched, is going to have a little bit less antioxidants, but is going to taste a lot nicer. So basically, whichever one you're going to have more of is the healthier option, because all in all, you're going to end up having a lot more of it in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, I just wanted to answer that quick question because it's something that I didn't know for a long time, and I just assumed that cacao was the healthier option because it's the one that all these health experts talk about, and it's the one all these health food shops are promoting, and that you see in sort of on YouTube adverts and things like that, and people talking about. But from the research, stick to cocoa powder. I like this brand, but this is a little bit more expensive. You can just get your simple Tesco's Asda Zone cocoa powder. Try and get one that's 100% cocoa, no other ingredients. Again, try and get undutched. If you can only find Dutched, then get that and just have more of it. But yeah, basically I just wanted to leave you with that. But most importantly, as always, look after yourself, keep smiling, and I'll see you in the next health video. Goodbye.